Today is Wednesday, July 15th, and the title of this rant will be The Exploitation of Katie Steinle by Fox News. Now, the history is, obviously, we know that Katie Steinle was murdered on the San Francisco pier about 2 weeks ago. She was murdered by an, let's just use the term, illegal immigrant who had a criminal record, a felony record, and who had been deported back to Mexico, I believe 5 times, even though someone else recently said 6 times. And number one, it's a horrific tragedy. It is a terrible, terrible thing. And I noticed that Fox News has been all over the airwaves in all of this, basically bashing illegal immigrants all over the place. Bill O'Reilly has led his last 2 nights leading with all of this. I believe he referred to it yesterday as an act of pure evil. And like I said, this guy is probably the alleged killer, has been deported back to Mexico 6 times. And obviously, what I hear a lot from Fox and from Bill O'Reilly is that we need to secure our borders. And also it has come up that San Francisco is a amnesty city. That's not quite the right term. But San Francisco, as many other areas, are not picking up illegal aliens and deporting them back. One of the reasons is it's not a gateway. I'll think of it as I'm going along, but they're not deporting illegal aliens. So if a lady from Mexico who's been sexually abused can go to the cops and they can go after her boyfriend, her spouse, or whomever, and she can do that freely because she knows that she will not be deported back to Mexico. Or if someone else goes to the cops and say, hey, I know who killed this person, this is the evidence, and they are an illegal, that they will not get sent back. So the idea is to actually make the streets safer by not having that veil, that threat, that if you even tell us someone else who's committed a crime, because you are here illegally, we're going to send you back. And Fox has been all over this about the borders. Now remember, that's the biggest thing the Republicans have is the border, because they will always move the goalposts on the border. And as my previous rants have said, what it's going to come down to is maybe in 2080, when we have three fences or 4 fences, and in between each fence, is an 80-foot moat, 80-foot wide moat. Maybe then we will say, oh, the borders are secure. Now, as I said, this is a tragedy. It's a tragedy for everyone involved. And the reason why I believe that Fox News is exploiting this, and the reason why, and I don't know the political gain on that, because the Republicans in the House and Senate have not really taken up on this at all. But Fox is running with it all over the place. And I just want to bring in some facts about violence in the United States and related to the Katie Steinle case. Again, I'm not discounting anything with the Katie Steinle case, but guns in America right now kill approximately 30 people per day. That's over 10,000 people per year. 5 of those people are young children and young teenagers. 5 a day are killed. Every single day. 20,000, those people are killed every single day. In addition to those 10,000 people killed by guns through murder, we have approximately 20,000 people per year who kill themselves, suicide, via gun. Now, and remember that when someone uses a gun to commit suicide, they are successful 85% of the time. When someone tries to kill themselves by pills or something like that, they're only successful 3% of the times. So we have approximately 30,000 people per year killed via gun violence. Also add into those numbers that I just gave you, approximately 500 people per year are killed accidentally, Someone's cleaning their gun, it goes off, it kills them. Someone's cleaning their gun, it goes off, it kills someone else. And totally in a 10-year period from 2000 to 2009, I think the last time they did a decade-long thing, 337,000 people were killed in the United States by a gun. And then not in addition to that, but as part of that, 3 women are killed every single day by a spouse, an ex-spouse, a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend via gun. Every single day. All right. In fact, 1/3 of all the women who are murdered in the United States are murdered by a loved one. Let's just use that term. So, as terrible as it is for what happened to Katie Steinle, and again, I can't emphasize an incredible tragedy. The reason why I believe Fox News is exploiting this in terms of illegal aliens, in terms of the border, is because look at all the other people who have been murdered in the United States. If it was 30 per day, that was 2 weeks ago, that's 10, that's 300, that's, close to 350 people that have been murdered since Katie Steinle died. And what are I don't want to get into all of the remedies that we can go through, but it is not just what Billy says, where we have a law where someone gets an illegal who is sent back to Mexico or somewhere in the Central or South America and then comes back that they get 5 years in jail. It has to be looked at much more in depth. Number one, where did that gun come from? Because I read somewhere that gun came from law enforcement. Somehow the law enforcement officer lost that gun, and that somehow that guy got that gun. So, we need a whole-scale look at gun and gun violence here in the United States. And if Fox News and Bill O'Reilly were really, really, really concerned about death in America via gun violence, then they would have done something long, long ago. It took this instance of Katie Steinle, where all those circumstances gave them the opportunity to exploit this situation, to go after illegals, and to indicate that our border can't be secure because this person came back at least 5 times. Also want to bring up one other small thing about guns, is that when the United States confiscates guns at the border, 70% of them were bought originally in the United States. So a lot of guns that are bought in the United States go down to Central and South America and Mexico and are used for violence down there. So again, I'll just finish with tragedy with Katie Steinle. A lot of things we need to look at. Comprehensive immigration reform, additional things on how to get guns out of people's hands, possibly additional law enforcement types of things in terms of this gentleman who had a felony, keeping them in lock on the United States before they send him back, things like that. A lot of things to look at. But Fox seems to only be indicating they want to look at one thing. Attractive white woman died, killed by an illegal, border security. And it's San Francisco because they're not an amnesty city. I don't know what I'm going to have to look that one up again. But what they're doing is they're not sending them back. And Fox is exploiting this, and it's let's stop it.